Okay, hello, I'm back to online. I will do another SQL Bolt lesson. So I already on the 12th tutorial. There are 18. Well, I will finish this pretty soon, and I will do another 25 minutes as one Pomodoro things. I will using Forest to count. Let's get started. SQL Lesson 12, Order of Execution of a Query. Okay, so now that we have an idea of all the parts. Actually, I haven't said hello all. Hello all. Hello everyone. Yeah, okay, that's enough. Whatever. SQL Lesson 12, Order of Execution of a Query. Now that we have an idea of all the parts of a query, we can now talk about how they all fit together in the context of a complete query. Select these things from join on where, group by, having, order by, limit. Okay, so its queries begin with finding the data that we need in a database. So the from first, filtering the data down is something that we can process it and understood as quickly as possible, because each part of the query is executed sequentially. It's important to understand the order of execution so that you know what results are accessible where. Okay, so the first is from and join. Yeah, where the data is come from, where, what tables, and after that where the constraint, as constraint and are applied individual directly from the requested table from, and aliases in the select part of query are not accessible. I see if I select some kind of column and give it some alias, I cannot filter it using where. Yeah, that's true. Okay, group by. Remaining rows after where constraints are applied are then grouped based on common values. Okay, after where, group by, and then having is the where clause. Yeah, is where clause for grouped data. After that, the select is this thing, so that I to remove the duplicate values, not remove. What it's not remove actually, to only query a unique value. Yeah, order by. Yes, order by limit. So in order by, I can use alias for my column name that I select in the select section. Okay, limit and offset on the last. Okay, conclusion: not every query needs to have all the parts we listed above, but a part of why SQL is so flexible is that it allows developers and data analysts to quickly manipulate data without having to write additional code, all just by using the above clauses. Actually, there's some kind of more little thing tools that I can use using SQL, right? I mean, like substring, and when it comes to time series database, well, a lot of things that I can be tuned, and different kind of data need different kind of treatment. How about subquery thing? I see subqueries this clause, so the first is from and join or subqueries. Yes, from subqueries. Yeah, I see. Have I using subquery and SQL polls? I'm not sure. I kind of forgot. I just do it weekly, basically once a week. Well, that's not that bad, and that's not that good actually. But yeah, at least I making progress, and it's just for me to trying to rewind or remembering the basic skill of SQL. Yeah. Exercise. Yay, exercise. Select. Here ends our lesson on select query. So is this only for the select part? Okay, congrats of making this far. Oh, thank you very much. This exercise will try and test your understanding of queries, so don't be discouraged if you find them challenging. Just try your best. Oh, thank you. So what is the task? Find the number of movies each director has directed. I know. I need to select from director movies table, movies M director, and also the, what is it, um the count of each director has directed. So I need to count this thing, right? The title. Or I should not have to use distinct. Not really sure. But I need to group it by director. So let's try this. Yay! Yeah, that's it. And only need to count the title. Yeah. But if there are a duplication, that should not be counted, right? I need to count a distinct. Yes. Find the total domestic and international sales. Total domestic and international sales. That can be attributed. Oh, I'm so sleepy. That can be attributed to each director. That can be attributed to each director. So I need to total domestic. Okay, so I need also to count the, not using count, sticks, cells, and domestic. I need to join box office table. Box office as B on what? On MID equals to B dot movie ID. So it should be oh, I need to find the total, so I need to plus why total domestic and international sales that can be attributed to each director. So it should be right. So let's take oh sorry. It will only take the maximum value, right? Total attributed to each director. Where it goes wrong. I will not take much time on this problem. Maybe 1 minute if I cannot finish it, I will see the solution because maybe I just don't understand the question really or. But if I getting stuck to this question too long, I won't go anywhere. So make a mistake, learn from it. Find the total domestic and international sales that can be attributed to each director. So this the director and this is the total sales, total domestic and international sales. I see. I need to do this, right? So why it's not or this? I see. So if I only take this, it will only take the maximum value if I'm not wrong, or the minimum value, or the mode value from the column because I don't really specify what should I do with Andrew Stanton domestic sales. He has several movies and several sales from each movie and what to select, and for this question I need to find the total, so I need to sum it. Yeah, so it should be like this, but I will give it an alias as total. Sorry. Yeah, that's better. Actually, I using lowercase here, but it's being uppercase. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Nothing's really matter. So next lesson, SQL lesson 13, inserting rows. I said it will change the table value. Right. Yep. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Inserting rows, updating rows, deleting rows. Ah, I know the acronym CUDA. create, delete, create, update, delete, altering, drop, CUDA, CUDA, CUDA. Okay, we have spent quite a few lessons on how to query for data in a database, so it's time to start learning a bit about SQL schemas and how to add new data. What is a schema? We previously described it a table in a database as a two-dimensional set of rows and columns with the columns being the properties and the rows being instance of the entity in the table. In SQL, the database schema is what describes the structure of each table and the data type that each column of the table can contain. For example, in our movies table, the value in the year column must be an integer and the value in the title column must be string. Okay. This fixed structure is what allows a database to be efficient and consistent despite storing millions or even billions of rows. Okay. Inserting new data. When inserting data into a database, we need to use an insert statement which declares which table to write into the columns of data that we are filling and one more rows of data to insert. In general, each row of data you insert should contain the values for every corresponding column in the table. You can insert multiple rows at a time by just listing them sequentially. Okay, so in some cases, if you have incomplete data and the table contains columns that support default values, you can. It's back. I want to sneeze, but it's gone. Ugh, it doesn't feel good. If you have incomplete data rows with only the columns of data you have by specifying them explicitly. Insert into my table column another column. Okay. In this case, the number of values need to match the number of columns specified. Despite it being a more verbose statement to write, inserting values is what has the benefit of being forward compatible. For example, if you add new column to the new table with a default value, no hard-coded insert statement will have to change the result to accommodate that change. In addition, you can use mathematical and strings expression with the values that you are inserting. This can be useful to ensure that all data inserted is formatted a certain way. Mm-hmm. I still don't understand this, despite it being. Okay, whatever. In this exercise, we are going to play Studio Executive and add a few movies to the movies to our portfolio. In this table, the ID is an auto incrementing integer. Okay, so here, so you can try inserting row with only the other columns defined. Title, director, year, length, minutes. Since the following lesson will modify the database, you will have to manually run each query once a day. Ready to go. Okay. Okay, so add the studio's new production Toy Story 4 to the list of movies. You can use any director. You can use any director. I'm not sure. Insert into. I'm not sure. But let's give it a try. Back to my working days. I usually use the beaver, so it can be automatically. I don't really have to query that much. I query much actually for specific requests, but for inserting and exporting data using much, doing just some click and it's go out. That was pretty simple. I love the beaver. Thank you, the beaver. From from the column is title and values is Toy Story 4. Yay! Yep, I don't really specify director, year, and length minutes, so it's only updating the title. Okay, so Toy Story 4 has been released to critical acclaim. It had rating of 8.7 and made 340 million domestically and 270 million internationally at the record to the box office table. Okay, so the movie ID is actually auto incrementing integer, so I don't really have to update that table ID, but not the movie ID. So the movie ID, should I give it 50, right? 15, right? Yep. Insert into box office, movie ID, rating, domestic sales, international sales. Movie ID, rating, domestic sales, and international sales. The value, it should be 15 and 8.7 and in millions. So domestic sales, domestic 340 million is 6 1 2 3 1 2 3, and also the international sales is 1 2 7 0 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, let's try this. Yay! One shot. It's pretty easy. I'm pretty sleepy right now. Oh, it's only 30 seconds left. Actually, I will sleep early tonight because tomorrow I will have my second dose of vaccine, and I don't want to suffer from after effect if I sleep late and being too exhausted. So having proper rest is will be great. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6. Time's up. Okay, thank you for watching me. I will close this online this live session. Um, let's see myself. There won't be anyone who watches this, right? Okay, my internet connection is so bad. I really need to move. Yeah, living in Kampong. I have 0 followers. Yep, that was normal. Actually, who want to follow me? Okay, so there's no chat. The first time I going live on Twitch, I got a message to buy some followers, and it will give you some kind of a head start, a good start to spread. But the thing is that I'm not that good enough, and I'm not sure that I will be able to provide a good enough information. So for now, I want to that. Maybe I just don't think that I'm good enough. Yeah, maybe later. Oh, maybe actually I don't really want to buy followers. If they actually like my content, they can follow me, and that's up to them. I don't really want to fake it. Yeah, and maybe it I want it takes eternity to have that so much followers, but that's okay. That's fine. Okay, so I will close this live session. Thank you for watching again. Hope you are doing great. Have a great day.